people started fighting. And y'all know how it is when we get to fighting in the club. Bar stools were getting thrown. People were making a mad dash for the door. We get out into the parking lot, and what do you hear? You know it. Pa, pa, pa. Rooster. More pictures hanging out. You see the 8s group, it just gets bigger and bigger. You see? That's what we do. We throw up our 8s, man. Throw the 8s up. See, we represent. When we find the 8, we represent. It's not a lot of pictures from this day, but this day we decided to do themed dress day, themed clothes day. So like one day I think was red, was a stop sign. So we did red. What's the colors of the stop sign? Red, yellow, and green. So we all dressed up in red, yellow, and green one day. And then one day I think was black and white day, which I think this is what, there's the pose. I'm telling y'all, I don't know what that pose was about, but I did it all the time. This day was the black and white day, so all of us, we wore black and white around campus. Like, we had created a little group that really had people wanting to be a part. I don't understand it, but yeah. All right, so like I said, that was my first time going to the club. This is my next time going to the club. But let's just take a moment and look at what I chose to wear. I had on a button-down shirt with a sweater on top and a necktie, with the necktie outside of the sweater. And shades. And I had a hat too. See, there's my hat. What was I thinking? I was so hot that night. This was, I think, the next semester. So the Red Rooster happened, I guess, freshman fall semester. And this must have been like spring maybe, I don't know, or maybe this was, I don't know, but it was later after Red Rooster. But look at what I have on. Oh my gosh. And you couldn't tell me nothing. That's the thing, is when you dress like that and you really think you doing something. So the camera had cut off, I think, but yeah, I don't know what I was thinking having that on. I have no clue. And then all these ignorant faces. Like, look at me with a Kangol on in the club. And this club smelled like Mary Jane. Like, oh my gosh. Alright, so these pictures, I'm not going to keep going too far. Maybe I'll do a part 2. So these pictures are from when I decided to try out for drum major. In high school, I played baritone saxophone freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And then in my senior year of high school, I tried out and I became a drum major. Then in college, after my first year as a freshman, a lot of people were like, you should try for drum major, you should try for drum major. And it wasn't even anything on my mind. Being a drum major at the collegiate level was just not anything that I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. But after a lot of people telling me I should do it, talking to my mom and dad, and they was like, you should try out. I mean, you never know. I decided to try out for drum major. And so these are pictures that people just snapped of us when we would do all of our kind of trying out in the public. So people who were on campus would see us working out in different places. I think we started off with like 6 people who were trying out. By the time the actual tryouts got there, it was only 3 of us. But in this particular picture are, in the red pants, his name was Theotis. He was a returning drum major. In the middle, in the gray tank, that's Phil. He was a leaving drum major. And then on the other side of him was Potts, and he was a returning. Beside me, in the white, that's Matt. And then on the far end in the blue, no, you can't see it because it's so pixelated, that's Ollie. And they would march us around campus to get your endurance up, to see if you can handle it. And this is just a moment where somebody had snapped these random pictures of us practicing routines just out in the public. I mean, there's no better way to know how you gonna handle attention and how you gonna handle a public performance than to be practicing out in the public. And that's what these were. I mean, the tryout process was a lot, but I made it. I made the team. Me and Matt made it. Ali didn't make it, but Me and Matt made drum major. So for that next school year with the 4 of us, it was myself, Matt, Theodis, and Potts. And sophomore year was, as I've always said, the best year of undergraduate school. The best year. So this is, I think, the day after I made drum major. And okay, so let's be clear. This is Maisha. We got on each other's nerves. We were not together, because clearly you can see it in my face, okay? Because I know somebody probably like, oh, is that his girlfriend? No, that's not my girlfriend. That's my sister, Maisha. This is us. Same group of people I used to hang out with. Like I said, same people I'm still cool with today. There's the pose. The pose was so influential. Everybody was doing it. But it was interesting. After I made drum major, people started treating me differently. And different in that being a drum major almost made you what people would consider to be like a campus celebrity. Okay. And I later found out, years later, my friends were like, yeah, after you made drum major, all these people would just come up to us asking us questions about you. And it was, there's people who were cool with me, and then there were people who felt a way about me after I made drum major. And when I say a way, like I'll say threatened is the best way to put it, because of the attention that came with being a drum major. Of course, I told y'all that story about the guy that pulled the gun out on me over his potential girlfriend. So once I became a drum major, people definitely started treating me different. So this is a picture of the 4 of us marching down to the practice field. So there was a practice field where we would go to do all of our practicing for our performances at, and so we would always kind of march the same route. So clearly somebody took this from their dorm and posted it, but we would always line up in the same order. It was usually shortest to tallest. So Matt was on the far left, then Theodis and myself were almost like the exact same height, so we sometimes would end up switching spots, but it was Theodis, myself, and then Potts down at the end, because he was way taller than all of us. And then when one of us wasn't there, like in this picture, we would adjust who was where, and so depending on who was gone, we would change our formation. But man, I miss these days. And then this picture is from my first college game as a drum major. My first time being a drum major in college. This was our first game, which was against A&T again. I think pretty much my whole time being in college, we always played them first in the football season. And so, of course, like I said, there's Potts, there's myself, Theodis, and then there's Matt. And that was the first year we had a name as a band. First year we had a name as drum majors, and we got brand new uniforms as drum majors. So the band, when I got to Winston, was called the Marching Ram Band. It was just the Marching Rams. Very simple. But then there was like this contest to name the band, and we were named the Red Sea of Sound, and to name the drum majors, and we were named Chain Reaction. So this was the first official year of the name Chain Reaction. So I'm technically a founding member, I guess you could say, kind of Chain Reaction. But good times, real good times. And that's Theodis, Katrina, and myself. Man, looking at these pictures from performing, it makes me miss it so much. I miss these days so much, y'all. Doing parades, getting down. I think this is me right here. Yeah, I think I was always on the right. And this is a day we did during homecoming. We would do a tacky parade, a tacky red and white parade. And so you would dress in red and white, which are the school colors, and you just put on anything. And I'm on that side. I don't know what side I'm usually on, but that's me over there with the white hat on. These pictures being so blurry, it's hard to tell who's who. Oh, here's a good picture. So that's Danielle and myself, me in my tacky gear with my big phone clip, getting ready for the parade. The homecoming show that year was so good. We came out as legends. Matt was Ray Charles. Theodis was Michael Jackson. Potts was James Brown, even though he looked like Elvis. And I was Prince. Oh, that show was good. I wish I could find the video from that show. Man, I tell y'all, college was, if you're ever wondering about if you should go to college or what college may be like. At least for me, college was everything. It was everything, and it was so much more than what I thought it was gonna be. I just did not have the expectation to have had as much fun, to learn as much about myself, to meet so many great people. Of course, I met my wife there, met plenty of exes, but it was a good time. Good time. So if you're in college now, enjoy it. Enjoy it. I mean, we learned to make our own fun. Ice skating was one thing we loved to do. So when you look at these pictures, that's when we would go ice skating. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. And then we go to CC's Pizza after it was all said and done. CC's Pizza. That pizza, if I tasted it now, I probably would F my stomach all the way up. But at that time, I'd be tearing up a good 7-8 slices of that pepperoni pizza, and I just drench it in mozzarella shavings. Oh my gosh. I remember this night, I pranked CC's after we left. We left out and I prank phone called them. I don't know what. Another skate night. I failed though this time. Trying to be extra on the skates. I failed. Doing the electric slide. Man. And Shannon. Good times in college. Band. Oh, okay, so we'll end here. So these pictures, more gang signs, that's what we like to do. We like to throw up gang signs. It's like rep your set. These pictures are from our band's still sophomore year. We got invited to the Honda Battle of the Bands, which was this big band exhibition. It wasn't a competition that 10 HBCU bands would participate in every year. It was held in Atlanta at that time. I think now they started holding them in Houston. But it was our first time that our band was actually invited to participate. Like, I think it's a voting thing, and we actually got voted in, and it was an awesome experience. And I think these pictures were taken right before we were about to leave, and then these pictures are taken there. We had got new windsuits. The school was like, oh, y'all gotta represent us well. We're not just gonna have y'all with these bright red windsuits. We're gonna give y'all some black ones too. And the interesting thing is I was pledging at this time when we went off to Honda. And one of the rules, since I was pledging, was that we weren't supposed to, we weren't supposed to be taking pictures, or we weren't supposed to be like socializing with females at all. That was one of the rules. But it's kind of difficult to do that when you're the drum major. You just gotta talk to everybody. But like, I try my best not to take pictures, like not to be like fraternizing and all that kind of stuff, but you can't help it. People just want to take pictures because it was such a big moment for everybody that, we wanted to enjoy it. And this is me and Potts, even though the picture is dark. This is me and Potts, the other guy who was a drum major, because he was also pledging along with me. So we knew what was going on, and we kind of just tried to stay to ourselves and kind of just hang out so we wouldn't get in trouble. And then, of course, I crossed. Man, so many good memories in college. I have to see if I can plug in a video from that Honda performance. See, I'm going to stop here. Maybe I have to do a part 2 of going down my Facebook memory lane. But yeah, let me see if I can plug in a video so y'all can see how I used to get down when I was in the band. I'm gonna plug in a video right here, if I can find it, from our Honda Battle of the Bands 2008 performance. But while y'all watching that, thank y'all for watching this video, taking this little stroll down memory lane. Let me know if y'all like this video, if y'all want me to keep going down memory lane and give y'all more of these crazy stories, or interesting stories really, from when I was in college. And hopefully you've seen this and it turns out the way I wanted it to. But thank y'all for watching, and I'll be talking to y'all soon. Scatterbrains. Peace.
Exhibition of musicianship that you will ever witness. We are the Winston-Salem State University Red Sea of Sound under the direction of Dr. Michael Magruder. So sit back, put your trays in the upright position, and hold on to your seats and get ready for the precision, finesse, and sheer raw dog power. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Now, Mr. Drum Majors, or chain reaction as we call them, handle your business and give them a little taste of Shorty Low, cause they know. It's on! Yeah! Chain reaction! Now prepare yourself for the small band with the magnanimous sound. From the early beginnings of Slater Industrial College to what is now known as Winston-Salem State University, and still ranked among the top public colleges and universities in U.S. News and World Report, we are here in Atlanta to set our mark. If you think you're dreaming, pitch your neighbor and witness Winston-Salem State University's finest. Watch as the band performs a precision drill to Christopher Williams. I'm dreaming. Woo! Our illustrious majorette is Miss Jamila Long. Oh yeah. I see you silky smooth. Let them know. Red Sea of Sound. We're going to take you back old school. Here's a load of that Barry Sax sound. Let them know. Yeah. We want to give you a little doing the butt. You know the dance. All night long. Yeah. Get